There are two certainties in this life, two certainties in this particular reality that we share with one another. It's that Republicans will always defend the indefensible, and two, that they will cuddle and cozy up to Donald Trump's butthole as closely and as tightly as they can cram themselves in. Both things take place in this particular clip, featuring my favorite and yours, the most military man the world has ever known, Tommy Tuberville. The United States Senator somehow representing Alabama when he doesn't live there, where his primary residence is actually in Florida. But that's a topic for another month in the past in a video I've already done. Here, Tommy Tuberville is taken up for Pete Hegseth, surrendering his constitutional obligation as a United States Senator to provide advice and consent to the President of the United States where it relates to confirming the nominations to high offices within the executive branch of the United States government. Here he's telling CNN that he doesn't really think the senators should have any role in vetting these candidates that Donald Trump has put forth to be the Secretary of Defense and the FBI director. There's no need for the Senate to vet them because Donald Trump, he's already done it. So that old pesky Constitution, which we'll read from once again, it doesn't really matter. Watch Tommy Tuberville, the smartest man in the Senate.
Say that we're a better vetter and picker of people than Donald Trump.
Isn't that you're advising consent? That's your job.
Advising consent, but that's more the Democrats.
But don't you think both sides should do the vetting?
Well, yeah, to some degree. I mean, but we have to be convinced. I mean, they should do all the background work. They should go after our nominees. I've not heard very little from the left. Donald Trump did all the vetting they needed to do on Pete Hegseth, and I just can't believe we even have people on our side that are saying, well, I've got to look at this, got to look at that. What they're doing is they're throwing rocks at Donald Trump. They're not throwing them at Pete Hegseth. They're throwing them at Donald Trump because they're saying, well, we don't believe you did the right vetting and we don't believe he can do the job. Wait a minute. That's not our job to do that. That's the Democrats.
Did you hear that? Let me quote Tommy Tuberville here. Look, I don't know if you know, but Donald Trump's butthole smells like roses and flowers and candy to my nose. And I know something about Donald Trump's butthole smell because I love it. Didn't you hear him say that? Because that's what I heard him say. Let me educate Tommy Tuberville. Bring it in, Tommy. Don't let those ears get in the way. He, meaning the President of the United States, this is from Article 2, Section 2, Clause 3 of the United States Constitution. You know, the document that you rose your right hand, swore an oath to serve and protect. The same oath that I took while I was in the military, the United States Marine Corps. Remember when you were in the oh wait, that's right, you weren't in the military. Even though you claim to be the most militaristic person ever, the most military person ever, while you coattail your dad's service. Jackass. Article 2, Section 2, Clause 3 of the United States Constitution, once again, he, meaning the president, shall have power by and with, not all alone, by and with the advice and consent of the Senate to make treaties, provided 2/3 of the senators present concur, and he shall nominate, and by and with the advice and consent of the Senate shall appoint ambassadors, other public ministers and consuls, judges of the Supreme Court, and all other officers of the United States. Interesting stuff in the Constitution, the rule book for the United States Senate, the document that lays out the obligations and duties. Not like you can if you want to. It's by and with. The president shall, by and with advice and consent of the Senate. So it's not Donald Trump, he made up his mind. What did he say? Who says we're a better picker of people than Donald Trump? Sickening. Abdication of your role. You're constitutionally obligated. Listen, if you didn't want to do your fucking job, Tommy Tuberville, why'd you run for office, brother? If you didn't want to offer your advice and consent and just let fascist Donald Trump run roughshod over the Constitution, then why'd you become a senator? Why'd you prop up the insurrectionists who attempted to overthrow the United States government? Why have you violated your oath time and time and time again and sullied the office of United States Senator? You sickening puke. Dumbest guy in the Senate by far, and that's saying something because he's also a colleague of Mark Wayne Mullen from Oklahoma. It's irrefutable, the things that I'm saying. It's inarguable. The rules are lined out. Listen, all they got to do is check the guy's background. Make sure that the FBI says, yeah, no security threats, not a risk to national security. There's important things here. He's not the labor secretary. He's not the transportation secretary. It's one of like 3 top positions that need to be checked, that need to be made sure that he's on the up and up. And being a drunkard, having alcohol dependency, being an addict is disqualifying for that particular position, to be sure. What do you think out there? I would love to know. If you're from Alabama and this guy represents you, I really want to hear from you. Comment below, or you can call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I would ask that if I'm not too bombastic for you, if I'm not too radical for you, if I bring you some modicum of value, consider supporting this independent media channel. We absolutely need the help. For $2 a month, you can do just that. Click the join button below the video, wherever that button is. See what's involved to become a channel member for $2 a month. You can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Follow me on the social media. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another. Hey, I'm very excited. Many of you will recognize the phone, what I have dubbed the bat phone to Jesus, that I make fun of these charlatans and these grifters. And I got a lot of suggestions to make merch out of it. I make a t-shirt or a mug or some kind of a sticker design, and that is what we did. You can see here, it is a callback to the bit on the show. And if you want to help support the show and then get something tangible in return that you can hold in your hand or stick on your laptop or put on a mug, we have it on mugs and everything else, go to dollemore.info and you can support the show in this way. I appreciate it in advance. And also you can just go check out the website that we're retooling all of the merch and all of there's ways to get to Brittany Page's channel and our podcasts and all kinds of other stuff. So anyway, dollemore.info will redirect you to that.